Alright, stash ads. As you might have seen in the last video, I went to a model car show recently, and it was a swap meet. They had a lot of good stuff there. I've put myself on a self-imposed moratorium of buying kits because I have too many kits. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but that doesn't stop me from getting model car doodads. First doodad is a Detail Master street rod mirrors. And these are really neat because you get all of these shapes. And sure, you can put them on your street rod as mirrors, but they also have lots of other uses when you need a shape. And there's a lot of different little shapes here. And I like the Detail Master in the old packaging because that's the original stuff. And it says $5. Thing is when you're at these swap meets, you typically don't pay $5. It's always a good thing to just ask, and I wound up paying a lot less than $5. So those are cool. We'll find some kind of use for those. Next up, more Detail Master. This is the more maybe second generation logo. They have yet another packaging I think that is new, and these are called little gauges. And what this is little machined shapes that could be gauges, and that's clearly what they've been marketed as. I just like the shapes. I don't know, they might become breather caps or something, but again, for less than that, if you had a lathe, could you make these with your time for $1 a piece? Probably not. So those are pretty cool too. Next up, S&S Specialties. This was state of the art back in the early 90s. And when I see these S&Ss, I try to collect them because I like them because they're on the rubber back. And it makes them easier to work with. You don't have to clean up the nub or cut it off of the fret and whatnot like that. And yeah, you can see some of these have been removed, but they are in the package. And these high-tech wire looms, these were de-rigger on hot rod engines in the early 90s. And in fact, I think my real car has a set of these on it still. And they make the spark plug wires look really cool. And you think running spark plug wires is tedious? Putting them through these looms, yeah, that was even more fun. And I remember doing that a few times back in the day, and these S&S sets, I do like. They're pretty neat. And I might use these again sometime, I don't know. But again, a whole lot less than $5, put them in the stash. Another S&S in the stuff the guy had. Now these are gold. These are gold. Why? Well, it says fan belt details. So this was an alternative to machine pulleys back in the day. And basically you got these brass etched fan belts, and then you put these little circles stacked up to simulate, your pulley grooves and whatnot. So you could paint that black, paint the brass black, and then put these guys on it. And that was okay. But what's really good are these circles. And these work in all kinds of other areas of a car. It's kind of like you get some that, this sort of looks like a clutch for an AC compressor, or whatever these little things are, and different bolt designs, and again on rubber back, so they're easy to pop off. So those are super cool. A whole lot less than $5. Reason to go to the shows. Put that in the collection. Speaking of aluminum pulleys, I found this little baggie, and that has 6 machine pulleys. And again, less than $5. It pays to kind of dig, because can you make me these for Less than $5? Probably not. So those are always good because I really like the machine pulleys. And so that's a keeper right there. Don't lose that. Put that in the front pocket. Yep, this show was a doodad finding mission. So I got this thing, a nice machined air cleaner. And it even comes with the wing nut and some kind of filter element. And so I was looking this up, and this is actually a ProTech piece that you can still get today. But again, less than $5. I think these things are about $10 new. So that's a deal. And anytime you can find that aluminum stuff fairly cheap, put it in the stash. That's a keeper too. I love really, really early model car aftermarket. And this one right here was one of the first companies that I heard about when I first got into the hobby. The Putty Thrower, Sandy, Utah. And those in the hobby know what's in Sandy, Utah is the Model Car Builders Museum. And this was actually Mark Gustafson's aftermarket stuff. And this one I did not have. It is for a 62 Chevrolet. And look at those rubber back emblems. Not quite as sharp as what you get today from Model Car Garage or stuff, but again, rubber back, still in the package. Cool collectible as far as I'm concerned. And again, less than $5. Way cool. Even the old school typed out instructions of how to, you got basically War and Peace of how to put these emblems on. No, you don't really need the War and Peace. You can figure it out. So those are cool. This next one actually has me a little stumped. Kit Bash Corner out of New Jersey with a P.O. box. This is PVC 16 high-tech valve cover. And what these are you sand your valve covers smooth, and then you can put these things on, or you can paint them, and these are actually open, and you see the color between this. And these were the billet valve covers, late 80s, I guess, into the early 90s, maybe mid 80s. But looking at this might be like a repackaged S&S. I don't know. I think S&S had something similar to this. If you got that, put it down in the comments. Send me an email. Let me know. Is Kit Bash Corner rehashed S&S? I don't know. A whole lot less than $5. But still, those are cool. Maybe for a neat Radwood style hot rod build or something. Those are super cool. And then I saw a guy digging through a container, and this is why it's always good to really pay attention at these shows, because I found these. These are aluminum wheels. And the fellow that had the container said that these were first generation Dancing Bear wheels before he started, I guess, CNCing them. And I haven't really figured out what tires they fit. Haven't really tried anything yet. But if you're familiar with the Dancing Bear wheels, today these things are about $75 a set. And that is outside of the Tim Custom Model Car Builders Are Cheap budget right now. But these were whole lot way cheaper. Probably I could have, probably less than a kit at Hobby Lobby. So I thought I just had to take those home. And so maybe use these with those Kit Bash Corner valve covers. I don't know. But those are super cool. As I said, I was on a moratorium of not buying any kits, but they had a whole lot of kits, and some of them had very good prices. And when I saw this one, I just had to have it. The Monogram Bathtub Buggy. For some reason, today, these things, I don't know, on eBay, people think that they're worth a lot of money. I remember when this was reissued. This is the, I believe, probably the 2009 issue. And during that time, I was just like, no, I'm not really into these kind of things. And, you know, the original issue of this was extremely rare. But I don't know. I saw this, and when I saw what they were asking for it, again, you get deals at shows. I think I just had to take this home. And what's even kind of more interesting about this is it was an open kit, which I like, but it's still sealed inside. All the stuff is there. You get the gold-plated parts. Those are super cool. And it has not that many plastic parts. Engine is off the tree in that all-important bathtub. And you get, oh, it even has the original wrapper. They put it back in the box. I do stuff like that. Get out of here. We get a set of cool tires and those all-important instructions. And I believe those decals are still going to be good. It was well kept. So I'm posting this video on Friday the 24th, January 24th. And January 25th is the start of the 24-hour group build, the 19th annual. So for the last 19 years, during the 24 hours of Daytona, people build models in 24 hours. And I did this the last couple of years. Even one time built 2 models. I'm not going to do that. And so I saw this and I thought, yeah, I can build that in 24 hours. So that's my plan. I'll be joining that group build with probably a couple hundred modelers from all over the country, probably the world, all building models, and we're going to see if I can come up with a cool bathtub buggy. So join them on Facebook and follow along or join in. There's still time. You got 24 hours. Probably not, maybe less, but pick a kit and then get busy. Start slinging some paint and some glue. One of the only rules is you got to paint it. So we're going to have to come up with some kind of cool paint job. Should be a piece of cake. So as usual, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do, because I have all kinds of model car stories to tell. Thanks for watching.